Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. My name is James Raiz. I am the box office artist, former Marvel artist for 25 years. Can you believe that? 25 years working on various Marvel titles and DC titles and movies and film. And I've been a YouTuber now for 11 years. Hello, everyone. Good to see you. I'm going to be drawing Spider-Man, Japanese Spider-Man, as you see over here. Japanese Spider-Man and his mech. I believe his name is Leopardon. And as you can see, I already have a layout going, and I'm just going to go ahead and we are going to get going on this. Starting with the details, I have pretty much everything laid out, so we're just going to go ahead with my French curve and start drawing. Good morning, everyone, and hello to everybody that's coming in on the chat there. Good morning to everybody. We're going to stream for about an hour and a half to 2 hours this morning. I wanted to start earlier, but we haven't streamed in quite a while. I haven't posted a video in quite a while, but thank you to everybody who's watching, no matter what platform you're watching on, whether you're watching on YouTube, you're watching on Facebook, you're watching on Instagram Live, and I can actually see the comments, kind of. Hello, everyone who's coming into Instagram, checking it out. Okay, let's get drawing. I know why you're here. You want to see me draw. So let's go ahead and start the drawing. Now, I have this rough layout here. Now, I have a bunch of references up here, but at the same time, it's like, it's just like picking what I want to do at this point here. And I got a 0.8 here. Maybe I'll do a smaller line width. I was going to start. I just picked whatever pen was closest to me. And looks like all I have here are PNs, which is the pen, and 0.8. So I guess we're just using a pen and 0.8 today. But that's okay. Just two versions of it. Hello, Camille. Hello, Camille. Hello, Jason. Good to see you. So why don't we go ahead and start drawing this? Now, again, it's commitment at this point. There's a million ways I could go about drawing this Leopardon here, but at this point it's about commitment. Okay, I have an idea of what I kind of want to do, and let me just blow this. Make sure that it won't smudge. I have an idea of what I kind of want to do, but at the same time, it's like I always look at something else and I'm like, oh, maybe that would have been better. So it's more like I'm going to get the general shapes at this point done, and then we are going to go ahead and get the details going after that. Okay, so right now it's all about general shapes. So that's why I don't mind starting with a thin pen, because if I start with a thin pen, it increases my chances of fixing things. If I do make a mistake or do want to change something, it's just like a little thin line I got to worry about, as opposed to thicker, dark areas. So that's why at the beginning here, you don't want to go all in on detail here. I just want the general outline here, and that's what I'm going for at this point. And again, for the most part, I can fix it if I really need to. So, but good to see everybody here. It is June. It's almost my birthday, my friends. It's almost my birthday. Happy birthday to me. I will not tell you my age, but it is coming shortly. So maybe we'll do like a fun little birthday stream when the time comes. I remember before we did a little birthday stream. I think, and that turned into a viral video later on. But we did a birthday stream quite a few years ago where I drew 100 characters, I believe. We did 100 characters in 24 hours. If you guys remember that, how many of you were at that stream when we did that before? 100 characters in 24 hours. That was a ton of fun to do. We actually finished the 100 characters a little bit early, if I remember correctly. We finished it like at the 22-hour mark. But, I timed it to like, that timing came up to about roughly, I would say, I believe I said 10 minutes per character, right? So I had everybody give me the characters, and then I did roughly about 10 minutes per character. I probably would have approached it a little differently, though, this time around, like if I were to do something like that, but I just don't have the time to do a 24-hour stream like I used to. But what probably would have done was I would have done like one or two like major characters right in the front of it, and then spend a good like hour, and then do secondary characters where I would do like 10 minutes, and then the last characters would be like 5 minutes, like something like that. That's how I would do it. Thank you, Mario. Said happy birthday in advance. Um, but I definitely don't have the time to do something like that now. But maybe we could do like a little bit of a birthday stream later on. So we'll see how that goes. See how much time we have going here. As I go ahead. Now I'm going to go ahead on the main cam here. I'm going to zoom in, guys, on the main cam in YouTube. By the way, again, I'm streaming on all platforms here. Whoops, that's my background. I'm streaming on all platforms here. So I'm going to zoom in just a little bit so you guys can see what I'm doing. Okay. Hello on Instagram. I see a few people coming in on Instagram. Somebody wrote in Japanese on Instagram. I cannot read that, but thank you for watching, my friend. So thank you guys for joining in. It's been quite the while since I streamed last, and a lot of you guys are regulars whenever I stream. I appreciate you guys for my sporadic streaming. I'm hoping to do this a little bit more regular, but then again, I always say that every time I go live. So it's more like I don't want to underpromise or overpromise at these points. So just thought it'd be nice to turn on the camera. As you can see, prepared just a little bit. Got my new sidebar. My new sidebar up here. Just for you guys. Just for you guys here. But this is a character I have always wanted to tackle. I have drawn this character once before. Oops. See, I already made a mistake, but that's okay. I already drew this character once before. Whenever I do my big Spider-Man compilation drawings, I usually include him. So, one of my most popular series is, of course, my most detailed drawing ever. So I thought this would be a nice combination of doing something like that. So, hey, Bob, how you doing? Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you. Looks awesome. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. So, one thing I want to try with these new live streams that I'm doing, okay, is some advice that I've been giving recently at conventions. As you guys know, I'm back on the convention circuit. I haven't done conventions in quite the while, so it is actually very, very fun to be back doing conventions again. I did the Toronto Comic Con recently. I just did Niagara Falls Comic Con. I did Calgary, and I actually just did for my good friend Carlos. I did Gotham Central's Summer Bash. It was a lot of fun, and thank you to everybody who came out to meet me at those events. And what I realized to myself, one piece of advice I was giving, because whenever you're there, whenever you come see me live, I love giving advice to young artists. I encourage them to come by and show me their work, because I love seeing their work and love giving you guys real advice. Okay, not sugar-coated advice, real advice. And when I say real advice, it's not, oh, your work sucks or anything like that. No, nothing like that. It's more what the reality is. Okay, and I'm a realist. I could sugarcoat everything for you. I could tell you that everything's gonna be okay, when in fact we are in an AI world right now, where half the artists are going to be looking for jobs or will lose their jobs. And it is what it is. We can say it won't happen, but that's unfortunately where the trajectory is going. So I'm trying to, help these kids, because with the realization, you got to be on top of this stuff. What can you do to make sure that you'll be all right? Because I would love to say the traditional method of doing things is going to cut it. It might not. It might not. And that's just being a realist here. As much as we fight for the artist, we do our best to fight for the artist. The world's changing, and We could just stick our head in the sand and not change with it, and then be left behind without a job. And in this economy, we can't do that, right? So these younger artists, I tell them, keep doing what you love to do, enjoy yourself, but always explore new ways to do them. That's what I always tell them. But one advice I always give them, okay, because one thing I am very, very appreciative. One thing I'm extremely, extremely appreciative of is whenever I see an artist come and then they go ahead and they try to recreate one of my very, very detailed drawings, and I appreciate that. Like it's incredible to see them attempt it, and when I know that they would never attempt something like that before, and it does mean a lot to me. A lot of kids came up to me saying that they were inspired by me. They've been watching my channel for a long time. A lot of them are surprised when they see me because they don't expect me to be there. Like I don't really advertise very much when I'm at these appearances anymore. So it's more like when they see me, right? But at the same time, a lot of them, they try to do something similar that I've done, whether it be like the Star Wars mural that I did a while back, or like the Infinity War mural that I did, which is fantastic. I think that's fantastic. But then there are some that attempt, they try the attempt and then they realize how much work it is. And then, they go for a bit, they get all excited, and then you lose motivation after a while. You lose motivation. And that's common. That happens because you realize that the finish line is so far down the road that, when you realize it's going to be a month or two off, it kind of messes with you mentally a little bit in that sense. So a lot of these artists come up to me, they say they've been working on this for a long time, okay? And it, always a few pieces of advice I have, right? Especially when you're learning, things don't have to be perfect. They don't have to be. Nor should they have the outcome that mine fortunately did, right? I think a lot of kids, they want the same outcome that happened to me when they do these pieces, where I was very fortunate. I consider myself very blessed to have Disney and Lucasfilm see my mural and then offer me a work, right? Very, very blessed. So a lot of them are, when they see that happen to me, they're expecting that the same would be happen to them. When mine was like a needle in a haystack, to be honest. For me, that's how it felt anyway. Like, I was very fortunate. I did that project with, when I did that project, for those who don't know what I'm talking about, quite a few years ago, I did this giant mural for Star Wars that caught the eye of Marvel and Lucasfilm and got me a job doing official work for Infinity War and The Rise of Skywalker. And the thing was, when I did that, I wasn't expecting it. I totally was not expecting Disney to come knock on my door afterwards. I was not. That's the honest truth. I was totally fine with nobody really caring about it because it wasn't about that. It was about doing a gigantic project and finishing. So I always tell a lot of people, and hello, Apur for watching on Facebook. I always tell young artists, okay, you don't have to start as big as I did, okay, which is great. Start big. I say start with little victories. Start with little victories. And when I say start with little victories, start a piece and finish it and gain momentum, especially to those that were, they started trying to do something I did and then they got discouraged. Well, you know what? There's so much value in just finishing a piece of work. Finish it. So I tell them, why don't you start with something smaller? Even just one or two characters and just make it the best you can. The amount of detail you put into one giant drawing, why don't you put that effort into 3, 4, 5 characters and finish it? Take a week and finish it. And you'll be surprised of how much that helps in terms of your mentally to approach these drawings, And it doesn't have to be perfect. It's not about perfect. It's about finishing. Okay. And thank you, Mustafa. Said looks incredible. Thank you, my friends. DFL says this is going to be good. Thank you, my friend. And then I realized to myself, I should be taking the same advice, you know, because I haven't been finishing big pieces. Now we were on here before, not too long ago. We were talking about me doing these giant beginning pieces, and I haven't done one yet. And what I would like to do is get some momentum going. And when I was at these conventions, and one thing I noticed was, first of all, let me talk a little bit about the convention experience for those who haven't been to a Comic-Con before or had a table in Artist Alley. Because it has been a while. It has been a while since I've been at Comic-Con. At a comic book convention. And I'll tell you, I missed it. I did miss it a lot. I didn't realize how much I missed it until I started doing them again. And I didn't really do it for the money, per se. You earn a little bit of money, which is fine. I just wanted to get out and meet people, And I always say, put the faces to the numbers. Sometimes as a content creator, all you see is numbers on screen. You see the amount of likes. You see the amount of subscribers. You see the amount of views. But you don't see is the person. You don't see the genuine person behind those numbers. Because every single one of them is a person with a life who spent a very small part of their day to watch my content. And I am appreciative of anyone who is willing to do that. So I wanted to go see. That was the main reason I went. And it was great to see a lot of people because comic conventions, for sure, a lot of them have watched my stuff. And a lot of them are grown now. Like a lot of them, like this one guy I met at Niagara Falls Comic-Con. Really, really nice guy. And it was hilarious to me. It was hilarious to me, okay? It might not be hilarious to you. But I met this one guy. Really, really nice guy. Really, really nice guy. He came up to me, talked to me about how during COVID, I got back to drawing. He hasn't been drawing in a while, and and all of this stuff. And he wanted to. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I forgot. I believe he bought some original art off me. But and then he was like, for one of the pieces he has to sign, he goes wants to hang in his office, and I'm like, oh, okay, well, office. What kind of office you have? And it turned out he was a surgeon. He was a surgeon. And that made me laugh. It's this guy, real professional, probably making 20 times more than I do. But he's here inspired by me, the surgeon, saving lives. This guy's saving lives. And he's inspired by me. I thought that was hilarious. But you meet all sorts of wonderful people at these conventions. And I hope to meet you guys at conventions. As of right now, my next confirmed appearance will be at Fan Expo Canada in Toronto. I am confirmed for Fan Expo Canada. So if you are if you're going to be at Fan Expo, this is the one, I would say this is probably the biggest one in Canada. If you are coming to Fan Expo Canada, I would absolutely love to meet you. So please come by and say hi. But again, back to the point. One of the biggest pieces of advice I gave was finish what you start. And for me, I have been realizing after I gave that advice to so many people on the weekend, I realized to myself, I haven't been doing that. I haven't been finishing what I started, especially when it comes to these pieces. And I did notice that also that some of my more popular pieces were the ones I did during COVID. Okay, so the Marvel styles. When we first did Marvel styles, we started it every day. And I got you guys to pick what I would draw the next day. Honestly, it was a great time. It was a wonderful time during COVID. It was a lot of fun. I would get up, and the whole point was to finish what you started. Okay, and then I thought to myself, you know what? I was thinking to myself the past few days, I need some momentum because I found myself in a little bit of a rut, and we all do that. We all get a little bit, you know, we all find ourselves in a little pickle here and there, or creatively, where you feel like you should be doing more, and that's what happened to me. I felt like I should have been doing more, so that's what I'm planning to do. I'm planning to do, okay, and starting today, okay. Yeah, I'll just say it right now. That's what I'm hoping we'll start this week. Okay, we're gonna start that this week, guys. All right. Hello, Sanjay. Good to see you. So Apurv says, "What does it take to become a good artist in comic styles? How much practice can improve our art and skills? I used to make arts by watching your videos and getting inspired by them. Thank you, Apurv." Hey, John Cottle live stream. Welcome, my friend. Hello, Cross Comics. Hello, John. Good to see you, my friend. It's all about time. Apurv. All about time. Okay? Getting better takes time. Okay? But also understanding. It's an understanding. Okay? Like a lot of artists start off by looking at other artists, which is great. That's how I started. Okay? I don't remember how many times I've copied Jim Lee's X-Men #1 cover. Like all of us. Like a lot of us back in the day. That's how you get started. Okay? There's nothing wrong with that. But it's more than just copying, though, all right? And I keep telling that to people, even when you copy my stuff, it's not just about copying, okay? You could copy me line for line here, okay? Which would be fun, too. If you do, show me. I'd love to see it. But more important than copying my work line for line, understand what I'm doing. What am I doing? Why am I making lines a certain way? Why are they going in that direction? Why am I adding shading the way I am? Understand what I'm doing, what the artist is doing. Why are they making those decisions? Usually it has something to do with perspective. Usually it has something to do with lighting, okay? And it's always about how inspired by the world that's around us, okay? Always inspired by the world that's around us. So when you change your focus to not just copying the lines that somebody does, okay, but to, okay, why is this artist making these decisions, okay, you'll learn faster because then you can make those decisions without looking at that artist, okay, if that makes sense, okay? But anyway, that's right. And John Young's in the chat here, watching on Facebook. My buddy John, also a professional artist as well. So he knows he's backing me up. Thank you, John. You're the best. But anyway, yeah. So I really, really realized how much I missed that community and convention. So that's one thing that taught me. So I will try to go more. And I think I do. It's like a broken record. I've been saying that for a long time, that I'm going to do more in the mornings. But I feel like I have to now. That's what I feel like. And to be honest, it's not a good time for me to do this. It really isn't. I have some things on the go. I might be, there's a great possibility I might be taking a trip within the next week or so. I'll tell more once it's confirmed, because it's not 100% confirmed. So I'm just waiting for word. I'm just waiting for word if my trip is going to go through or not. So if this trip goes through, I'm going actually somewhere very far, but I still want to stream at the same time. By the way, it's Fan Expo in Toronto. It is. So that's the Canada Fan Expo Canada. So just look that up. Just Google that, Fan Expo Canada, and you will see that it's in August. Now, if my trip does not go through, I might be doing another convention in July. But again, we will see. Also, if you guys are into my children's show, Time to Draw, I might have a Time to Draw in August as well, and I will let you know the details once they are confirmed as well. We are just doing the final details, but I will be, very possible I'll be doing a show in August. And if you are in that area, because I believe some of you are in that area, that would be great. Cross Comics from Hamilton might meet me there. That's fantastic. Cross Comics. I am thinking about doing the Hamilton Comic Con as well. Cross Comics. So I'd love to meet you in person. Either way. Okay. So if you're going to both, I'd love to meet you either way. So that's the hope. That's the hope. Now, one thing that we will try to do, okay, because I think once when I tried to go live every day in what was that, back in October last year, I got cut up doing all the fast draws. If you guys remember, we were doing like fast. I would do it every minute, and I would actually stop doing the real work and do the fast draws, and I would never finish. I would never finish it. I just literally just do like a layout, and the rest of the time would be what's called the rest of the time would be doing fast draws, which was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun working with you guys with the fast draws. But, again, as fun as that was, as fun as it was getting super chats and all that stuff, for me, I think it's more important that I actually finish the work. So we'll see. John says, I hope you manage to make it to the UK someday. I know a certain even stopped that from happening last time. That's right. That's right. Mr. Rona stopped a lot of things last time. I was supposed to make what's John referring to. I was supposed to make a UK appearance way back in 2000. I was supposed to. 2000 would have been I'm telling you guys, 2000. If it wasn't for COVID, 2000 would have been a gigantic year for me. If it wasn't for COVID, but it is what it is. That's life. Life throws you curveballs. And not much you could really do about it. You just roll with the punches. Roll with punches. That's it. Cross Comics says an artist alley. Yes, I will be the professionals. So I have a professional table. So which to be honest, it's not the best tables. Professional tables are not the best tables, but they're banking on you have a fan base already that's going to look for you. Okay, because all the professionals. They're all on the outer walls. They're all on the outer walls. They're all along the outer walls, okay? So the problem with that is, okay, for a walk-up crowd, if they don't know you, before they get to you, they weave through all of these artists, like dozens and dozens of artists before they even get to you, right? So by that time, if they wanted to purchase something from you, if they're not patient, okay, because some people do walk around first before buying, but then you have some impulse buyers, right? But before they get to you, if they're impulse buyers, most likely they got already what they saw something they like, and then they spent their budget already, okay? Which is fine, which is great, and I'm glad they did, right? I'm glad they did. But then sometimes they get up to me like, oh, I already got this from this guy, right? And which is fine, which is totally fine. I'm just happy to meet them, and I'm happy to give a card, and hopefully they check out the channel, and that's all. That's all good. That's all good, right? So, any plans of visiting Bulgaria? Well, if I do, Mario, you're the first one. You're the first one. Hello, Echo. Good to see you. Good to see you. See, Cross Comics says, yeah, walk around first before buying. Yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure. Especially at the beginning of con, for sure. Nobody's gonna sell out of anything, right? Like, the only reason not to do that is if it looks like somebody's going to sell out of something, right? That you want, or they're like, last one, which is a sales tactic, right? Which is a sales tactic. Which is why you see, when people drop merch, it's always limited, right? It's always limited drops, and they'll never sell it again because... Or they say never sell it again because it draws that interest. So they're hoping that the interest will, will give them enough. They don't have to sell that again, right? I'm telling you guys too. I think I got carpal tunnel. My fingers are burning. What is the background that I'm creating here? This is the mech here, John. This is Spider-Man, the Japanese Spider-Man's mech. His name is Leopardon. Leopardon. So I'm just doing the basic shapes at this point, and then I'm going to fill up with the details afterwards. Here, so this is really where my style comes into play, the way I'm handling these plates here. So we're going to go roughly about another hour and a bit, guys. So that's what we're going to do. Janine, he wants me to draw Ben 10 Alien Force. And I've been talking about that forever. We're going to be doing that in next week, okay? Next weekend. That's my plan for the weekend, okay? We're going to be finally doing that Ben 10 Alien Force drawing. But that is the plan, my friends. That is the plan. Whoops. John's been working more on details since coming across my work. Appreciate it, my brother. Thank you, my friend. Am I going to color with Copics? No. I'm pretty sure I won't be. I'm on the go a lot. Like I'm seriously considering getting a tablet, or like an iPad, and coloring these things on the go, because I plan on doing a lot more drawings, like smaller drawings, and I want to get them colored the same day. But sometimes I just can't sit at a computer all day long. I travel a lot, so we'll see, my friends. We'll see. Hold on, guys. I'm going to rub my fingers because I got the carpal tunnels going. They say if you go like this, I'll hold with the carpal tunnel. I got to go see a doctor. Is it only just Spider-Man Leopardon? Yes. We're just doing one character here, guys. Again, like I could go more. I definitely could go more, but again, finish what you start. Finish what you start, people. Finish what you start. Like, part of me wants to go in and already detail this up, but I think it's smarter if I get the generic outline done first. So now I got to figure out what I want to do inside of here. There we go. Apoorv says, I used to finish up my sketches on the same day as I started, but sometimes told me to give it time, work on details and stuff. Don't rush art. Well, to each his own. And I could say that your friend's wrong in that sense. And I'm not even saying you're rushing in that sense. It's about finishing. Okay? It all depends on what you want to learn. Because I feel there's great value in finishing your artwork. Okay? Great value. Okay? So would it be a little bit better if you spent another 2 days on it? Yeah, but would you learn more if you tried something new after? If you finished it, learned from your mistakes, and then do something different, understanding those mistakes? I think you actually might learn faster in that sense. It's just like YouTube, right? It's the advice YouTubers get, right? YouTubers get that advice all the time. You know, when you're starting off, you don't want to do a Mr. Beast, put in millions of dollars into your first video, and then work on it for 2 years. You don't want to do that. You want to get 100 crappy videos out first. But with every video, learn something new or try to improve something new, okay? So I would say that to you, my friend. You don't have to rush art. So it's totally up to you how long you want to work on something. You know, you're not under deadline yet. However, that would be my same advice for art, for you, okay? Do a piece of art. Try to get it done in a certain amount of time. And I'll tell you why you want to do it a certain amount of time. When you're in the real art world, you don't have unlimited time. You don't have unlimited time. You have a certain amount of time that you got to finish something. So I would have that advice Mr. Beast gives for videos to you, okay? Try 100 crappy drawings first, okay? because you're not looking for a job yet, right? But with every drawing you do, now I'm not saying they're crappy. Try to make them good. Definitely try to make them good. However, if you with every single one, work on improving something. All right. Good morning, Leo. Good to see you, bro. Good to see you. Okay, take care, John. Good to see you, my friend. So keep at it. Keep at it, my friend. Keep at it. And hello, everyone on Instagram. My apologies to Instagram because the chat for Instagram, it's above my head. I can see it better than I used to, but it's like not right in front of my face, so it's hard for me to see the Instagrammer. So my apologies to those on Instagram that are watching right now. Hey, bye-bye, John. Take care. So it is a Saturday morning. So let's just talk a little bit about Spider-Man and what Spider-Man means to me. Spider-Man was one of the characters that got me into drawing in the first place. One of the first cartoons I saw was Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends. This is before a lot of your time. Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends. So Spider-Man, Iceman, and Firestorm. I think they just wanted like an opposite, hot and cold. Okay, so Spider-Man, Iceman, and Firestorm. That was the very first cartoon that I remember. That was my favorite. Okay, even before the old Spider-Man cartoons back in the 70s. I really like this one. This was my favorite Saturday morning cartoon. So it was one of the ones that really got me into drawing. So Spider-Man does have a very special place in my heart. I never got the chance to draw Spider-Man. No, I did have the opportunity to draw Spider-Man. I'm not sure if I told this story ever before. I think I have. I think I told you guys all my stories before, but if you're new to my channel, being a comic book artist is a struggle. You don't know where the job is coming from. So when you first start out drawing comics, there's like two hurdles you got to get across. The first hurdle is actually finding a job, okay? Finding a job. I did say Firestar, by the way, Cross Comics. The second is keeping a job. Because once you find your first job, that's one thing. The second is finding the next job. And let me tell you why. Because usually when somebody finds a job in comics, they've been working on this portfolio for a long time. And, they put like days into a page. And then you get into the real world, which I was explaining to my friend there, when you get into the real business of working for a client like Marvel, and they expect things at a certain amount of time, you don't have days to put into a page anymore. You don't. And usually, when somebody hires you from a job, and it's your first in comics, your first job, usually it's because the professionals that those editors were, they usually go to, they were busy, or they just could not find an artist to take over. So usually, if it's your first job, usually it's for a project that needs an artist immediately, that needs to get out. That's what happened to me. My first job in Marvel, they needed to get this project out. So you don't have the time. So you don't when you don't have as much time as you usually do to make a page, you usually don't leave that great impression if you can't work that fast. So you got to work fast. Okay? You really, really got to work fast. So part of the job is you're half working on the book, and then the other half looking for another job. Okay? And then that's and that's not just comics. Okay? That's all freelance art. Half the time you're not just drawing. Okay? Half the time you're not just I'm just trying something here. Half the time is drawing, half the time is looking for work. Half the time. My old instructor, my technical illustration instructor, he would actually just do the actual drawings on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Tuesdays and Thursdays, he was looking for clients. That's what you do. That's what you do. All right. So, with that in mind, it was very hard to find the next job. So when I did Wonder Woman, after I did Wonder Woman, and it's my own fault, I did get a job offer to do a comic at Top Cow, and it was for 6 months. It was less pay, but it was 6 months. It was 6 months of work. But I wanted another DC job, so I waited to see if DC would give. I turned it down in the hopes that DC would give me another shot, but they didn't. They didn't. Unfortunately, I'm trying to remember. Was that after Wonder Woman? That was either after Wonder Woman or was after. No, it definitely wasn't Tokyo Storm Warning because I messed up that job. So I lost that opportunity. I lost that opportunity because I was waiting for something. So I should have just took that other job. Even though it paid less, at least it was 6 months of work, you know? And if I wanted more money, I should have worked faster. I should have worked faster and got it done. But again, I could go into that a lot, but I won't. But the point to that is I ended up going back to my old job at Dreamwave. So I went back to work for Pat Lee for Dreamwave, and they were doing some concept work at the time just because I need money, right? But right when I got back to Dreamwave, I think about a week and a half later, I get a message from Marvel's current editor-in-chief, CB Cebulski, who at the time was the talent manager for Marvel, and he offered me Spider-Man, or a Spider-Man short story. But I just got back to work for Pat. Hindsight being 2020, I should have quit Pat right away. But I hesitated. I told CB, hey, CB, I just got back working for Pat. Maybe we could do something like that. And then he told me, you know what, James, it's okay. It's okay. We need this issue out right away. Like I said, the only reason they usually contact you is because they're far behind on a deadline. Okay, that's usually what happens. And he said, okay, don't worry. There's going to be more stuff down the road. Okay, we'll give this to somebody else, but we'll have you in mind for something else. Okay, that's what he said. Okay, that something else didn't come for another 2 years. Didn't come for 2 years later. So my first job at Marvel would have been Spider-Man. It should have been Spider-Man. But, I always say things happen for a reason. And it wasn't my time yet. Because I did impress Marvel a lot when I did Hulk. Because I worked so fast when I worked on Hulk. I was like, this is my chance. I'm not messing this up now. So I worked really hard on Hulk, and they got me a one-shot of Captain Marvel, Invisible Woman, and then I got to do Amazing Fantasy before doing some DC stuff and before going back to school, deciding to leave comics altogether, going back to school. But it was the first time I was actually getting consistent work, after that. So Spider-Man would have been my first Marvel job. It would have been my first Marvel job, but didn't happen. See, I'm actually working on detail here. I really shouldn't be working on detail here. But I will say, though, that in terms of conventions, because we have been talking about conventions a lot, I really believe that if the convention circuit was then like it is today, now, not saying conventions weren't there. Of course, there were. They were there. If an artist could make money the way that we do today at conventions as back then, I probably would have stayed in comics. I probably would have stayed in comics for sure. Hulk was my first Marvel job. That is correct, Mario. Yeah. So because even artists creating prints that didn't come along till my friend uh, uh, Tyler Michael Christopher. I believe that's his name. I forgot. I remember the man with the three first names. That's what I call it. Hello, Box in a Box. How you doing? Watching on Twitch. Says dog that drawing look awesome, man. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. Um, he was the first one to create prints and then sell them. It's fun meeting business minded artists because that's one thing that artists are. A lot of us are not, and that's the hardest part of the job. And it is for me. I know it's a lot. It is for a lot of you. It's the actual business side of things, And it's great to meet artists that are actual businessmen, because most of us are not. They're not. We're not businessmen. We're not business people. I definitely am not. I'm not a business person. Doesn't mean you can't train yourself to be one, though. And that's what I'm hoping to do. When I ran my business here, and I'll be honest, I kind of ran it into the ground. But I learned a lot. I definitely learned a lot over the past couple of years of how not to run a business. And I made gigantic mistakes. Um, and it did cost me dearly, those mistakes. Okay. Again, nothing about the people that I worked with. The people I work with are fantastic, and you know them. They're amazing. We work with them again in a heartbeat. If I was a better businessman, if I was a better businessman, things would be definitely turning out better than they are right now. But again, it is what it is in that sense. That's what you learn in life, my friends. Life's like that. So Spider-Man definitely is a hot character on YouTube for sure, especially like overall. But if you look at my channel, my greatest successes do come from Spider-Man videos. A lot of them are either Spider-Man or Iron Man related. You notice that on my channel. So always be a big part of what I do is Spider-Man. So seven. What time is it? So what we're doing is a two-parter, guys. So this drawing here, pretty much laying the foundation, and tomorrow we're going to detail up. That's what we're going to do to finish this one off. Okay. Now I don't have my, I should. Maybe I have it. I'm gonna guys, just give me a minute. I'm gonna go check if I have my circle template here, and that will help that out. Hello, Minion Pig. Hello, Hulkster. Hello, everyone on Instagram who's watching right now. Just a few people were on Instagram, but thank you for catching up with me this morning. Let me just check my bag. Nope. It's just a big fat nope. Nope, but that's okay. That's all right. So we will do it the old school way, my friends. Old school. So whenever I have to freehand, okay, a circle, number one thing is understand how the circle should go. but also I do things that will break it up, and that kind of makes the illusion that it's okay. So, so let's do that. All right. So I'm going to do that on this side here. So we're having pointing up, so this should be pointing up as well on this side. So I always like to, when I have to do something that's on both sides, I like to do both sides at the same time. Because I told you guys before, one thing I hate is drawing things twice. I don't like drawing things twice. So uh, if I had doing something that's kind of symmetrical, then that's what I'm going to be doing here. So we're going to do that, and then maybe we'll do like a... So I'm just kind of making some of the stuff up on the fly. Something like that. Do one of those, and you see me do that multiple times on my bigger robots. Again, it's just more to help kind of break it up. Something like that. So again, when I say you copy, understand what I'm doing here. Understand what I'm doing. Okay, and down. So something like that. Something like that. So I'm going to do that on this side as well. Here we go. And down. Like that. So, broken lines for circle. Yep, Golden Quill. And thank you for watching on Twitch. I appreciate it. Appreciate it. Hello, dude. Hello, Anu. How you doing? Welcome, my friends. How do I decide what you're going to draw? Do you make rough sketches or get images? Yes, both of those for sure. I definitely sketch out a little bit, just to understand, just to understand what I'm trying to do. And then I do a rough sketch here, and then I go ahead and then I go straight to ink off everything. Now, the straight to ink thing that I'm doing, that comes with time and skill, okay? That's not how I did it when I drew comics. Comics, you do full. I had to do full pencils back in the day. Today it's different. A lot of comic artists, they you know, a lot of comic artists they just draw on their tablet, which is great because it's portable. Which is why I'm actually really considering getting a tablet, so I could do coloring on the go. You know, my hope is for this particular piece here. My hope is that I could do that. Okay, so I'm just going to leave this open for now because I'm going to add a lot of, we call it gack, right? If you see my drawings, all the little cybernetic parts, I'm going to add a whole bunch inside here. So I'm just going to keep that open for now and work on the bigger outlines, because that's one thing I do want to get done today. That's my goal for today, is get the bigger overall line art done. And then we're going to go in and then detail it up later. Now, I already started doing this. To be honest, I probably should have waited to do this tomorrow. I should have waited to do that tomorrow, but it's kind of like in a talky mood. So, get a smaller Wacom tablet. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I just want something that's portable and powerful, Mario. That's what I'm looking for. Enough to handle. Pretty much enough to handle a drawing like this. It doesn't have to be enough to edit, though that is a bonus. if I could edit, because I do want to start vlogging as well, guys. Because again, I have a lot of trips coming up. I meet a lot of you at cons. Like I'd like to show a lot of you guys that stuff. I do have a vlog channel, and if you guys want to subscribe to that, some of you are already. It's called Box Office Artist Life. Okay, I haven't posted yet to that channel. I haven't posted, but I created the channel quite a while ago. But I might start posting to that sooner than later, my friends. So if you can, subscribe to that channel, Box Office Artist Life. Just look up at. I'm not sure if I called BOA Life. I think I called it. Yeah. BOA Life. Oh, here's one thing I did recently, Mario. Um, I went on a water fast. That was fun. I did a 7-day water fast, my friends. I just completed it a few days ago. I think I gained everything back already. uh, but quite the achievement. That was tough mentally. That was one of the toughest things I ever did. Was do a 7-day water fast. So, but I will say what they say about doing water fasting is true. Uh, Once you get past day 3, you feel really good, really good. What is a water fast? All I ate was water for a week. Hulkster. All I ate was water for a week. Yeah. Now I will admit I had caffeine during that. I did have caffeine during that, so I won't call it a pure water fast. I wouldn't call it a pure water fast, but it was definitely no calorie for sure. Definitely no calorie. So 7 days, I survived, and to be honest, I could have kept going. I could have kept going. I would still be fasting today if I didn't have a family dinner on Wednesday. If I didn't have a family dinner on Wednesday, because of that family dinner, because my sister, she's moving to Calgary. Um, if I didn't have that family dinner, I would have went longer. I would have went longer because I felt fantastic. I felt fantastic. You got to get past day 3, Mario. Got to get past day 3. But again, you don't need to do this, guys. Don't do it. You don't need to. Why? You don't need to. I wanted to just challenge myself and see if I could do it. Because before then, I think I went 24 hours. But it was tough, man. It was tough. Though I think I gained it all back already. So it's like, what was that for? But I dropped. Well, I won't tell you how much I dropped. I'm gonna actually show you guys in the vlog. Okay, I talk about in the vlog an artist doing a 7-day water fast. Okay, Fitspiration, Echo. Fitspiration. Oh, fit guy. Yes, if only I had muscle. Oh, just in time for the water restrictions. There you go, Golden Quill. Perfect. Water restrictions? What water restrictions, my friend? What water restrictions? I have quite a few friends who just moved to Calgary, mainly because of the cost of living in the Toronto areas. It's just too much these days, guys. It's like for anyone who knows, main water line broke. Ew. Well, they're not moving till the end of July, so hopefully they'll. Hopefully they'll be fixed by then. But the reason is because they sold their house, so it was like our last dinner in the house. It was the house I grew up in, which was which is sad, but at the same time it was time. It was time to leave that house. I felt so. Um, So yeah, so that's part of the vlog. It's part of the vlog. Should be fixed by July 5th. Okay, good. Yeah, they'll be fine. They'll be fine. But again, the cost of living in Toronto, it's too much. I don't know. For those of you living in Toronto, I think about all my younger friends, my friends that are, they're in relationships. They want to get married soon. I have no idea how they're going to be able to afford a house here unless they were inherited a house in Toronto. It's just too expensive. It's too expensive. You can't find a decent house for under $1 million here. You just can't. Like a detached house, you can't do it. Like, so unless you inherit a house from your parents here, who bought it at the time it was actually affordable to buy a house, there's no way you're gonna be able to buy a house here. There's no way. You gotta move away. $1 million for a house. When you guys see how much $1 million house is in Toronto, Canada, you'll be like, that's it? It's like a small bungalow, right? For $1 million. Like, come on. So that's why. Like, Toronto is home for me for now, but we'll see what the future holds. Like, I am open to moving one day, eventually. Like, not anytime soon, but maybe one day. We'll see. See. Yeah, so I'm open to the possibility, even moving to the U.S. We'll see. I've been doing some research and stuff. I don't know. I don't know. One day at a time, my friends. One day at a time. One day at a time. So, yeah, you're not gonna make that money drawing comics for sure, Mario. There you go. You're not gonna make that money drawing comics. I'm telling you guys that much. What's my ruler called? Hoaxer, this is a French curve, my friends. French curve. This is what this is called here. So tomorrow we're gonna get into the big what's it called? The big details of this, guys. Right now it's more about my number one goal because I don't have that much time today, so maybe we'll go to about 8 o'clock. I'm hoping to stream for at least 3 hours a day. So the goal for today is to get the bigger shapes done, the bigger shapes, so we know what's going on here. So we're getting there. We're definitely getting there. And this one was going to be off camera for sure, and that's okay. Part of you wants to keep things inside the border, and mainly because if it stays inside the border, then I have the leeway of in Photoshop to make it, move it around. But the head here, as long as I have space at the top, I want to make sure the head stays within the border here, so that at least I have the leeway to make it taller. So Golden Quill says, my family's welcome in Calgary. Hope to see you there some way too. Well, I was there recently. I went to Calgary Expo recently. I want to thank my good friend Kevin Boyd for bringing me. He handles all the talent relations at all the different fan expos, United States and Canada. Kevin's a really good guy. Really good guy. He's always been good to me. So thank you, Kevin, for bringing me. Let me go to Calgary. That was a lot of fun. And I did pretty well in Calgary, too. So thank you to everyone who came to see me in Calgary. Saw a lot of old friends. And that's one thing I missed about doing conventions again. It was the community. It's the community of people. If you've never been to a comic convention before or had a table, that's one thing, because a lot of these guys at the tables, we know each other. And there are guys there that I've known, since I was high school. I was in high school. So I used to be a part of the studio when I was in high school. It was called Shock Studios back in the day. And I could tell you guys this story. On my channel, I did a redesign once of a character of mine. It was a group called the Blood Warriors. Yeah, Blood Warriors. Rob Liefeld inspired. Blood Warriors. Yeah. So I had a comic called Blood Warriors. So I made this comic in high school, okay? Now, again, I did it without any intention of becoming a comic book artist, guys. My intention in high school, and I keep telling the story all the time, but my intention in high school was just to be a doctor because I thought that's what you had to do to make real money. Makes more money than I do, but, you're not growing up in an Asian household, and all the Asians here understand. Oh, I think we all understand. Sometimes that's all parents understand. Lawyer, doctor, those are the type of jobs they understand. Okay, they don't understand artists. They don't understand YouTuber or anything like that. So that's what I was going to be. But for fun, in high school, I think my second last year of high school, every weekend I drew one page every weekend, and I put together a comic book. It was called Blood Warriors. It was horrible. Okay, it was horrible. If you look deep in my channel, I think I could go through the issue. But with that, I went to different comic book stores with a friend of my good friend Mark Michael, who you've seen on this channel before. I was my editor for a while. We're childhood friends, and we would go around to different comic shops and we would make like these. They were called zines. So you take a letter-sized paper, you fold it in half, okay, and you would print the comic, and we would kind of DIY and put it together. And we put it in comic stores. So we'd actually go to comic stores, make a deal with the comic stores. We'd sell it for $2. He gets $1, I get $1. That's how it was. $2 at the time was a lot for a comic book. But some guy, and I won't mention this person's name or the book that we did together, but he saw it and asked me if I wanted to work on his book. Okay, I won't say what the type of book it was. We'll just keep that to myself. But he introduced me to the studio. It was a comic studio, and it was called Shock Studios. Okay, Shock Studios. And I met some lifelong friends there at Shock Studios. Okay, so this was my summer, my grade 11, I think it was. Summer grade 11, so I would go to the studio. So what happens was we would pay, everybody in the studio would pay like, what, $20 or so, $30. And it was just enough to cover the rent of the place. And we would come in whenever we could and just work on whatever we wanted. I came in and I was working on the book I was working on with that guy I was telling you about. And there was a bunch of artists there. And a few notables in there were my good friend to this day, Marvin Mariano. He and my friend Serge and my friend Hugh Rockwood. If you've been on the convention circuit in Canada, you know these guys because they're always there. They're always there. And artist named Christian Zanier, I remember him, and Dave Wilkins. He was a teacher, but he was one of my first mentors. Actually, it was Dave Wilkins. And this was Shock Studios. And the one fun part was that was actually my first convention appearance as a studio. So we did a Fan Expo Canada under the Shock Studio banner. And we had a table there. And I was there and I was selling my Blood Warriors comic there. And that was a lot of fun. That was my very first convention experience with a studio. And that was with Shock Studios. And a lot of those guys I just saw recently at these cons, and it was wonderful to see them again. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to do dinner with them, but I hope that the next one I will try to make time to make dinner with these guys because it's been so long. But it was really nice to see them, and they've been on the circuit for years. Now, a lot of them don't do comics full time. This is just some fun thing to do on the side. But it was, you know, I learned a lot from these guys. I learned a lot. Now, eventually, after I left, because you know, I was there for about a year because I had a falling out with the guy I was telling you about, and then after that, you know, I went back to school. I went to college, and then I got my job at Dreamwave, and that was the experience at Dreamwave and that studio experience when it's under a professional level. That was a lot of fun. Dreamwave to me, and I'll go in depth about my experience. For those of you who don't know, Dreamwave was a studio founded by a man named Pat Lee. You could Google Pat Lee. A lot of stories about that. I won't go into those stories, but it was my first full studio experience, and to me, it was kind of like a frat house. It's kind of like a frat house, where all of us were like under 25 years old. It was like all of us there, right, working in a professional setting. We would just come in and do our work, and it was a lot of fun. It was definitely a lot of fun. Because when I was in college, I didn't have that many friends in college. Like I had quite a few friends, like who surprisingly for me, a lot of them went on to big careers. Like I believe my buddy Mike Spalding. We took technical illustration together and had no idea what happened to him. Turned out he became like one of these big animators. Like even one of my best friends in high school, his name's Len Roberts, became a gigantic animator. I had no idea he was in an animation. He was into drawing. Like we were hanging out in the drawing studio together, but he became this big animator. Like very proud of all these guys. That's fantastic. So, okay, I'm gonna work on this head here. One second here, my friends. So the studio experience was quite the experience, I would say. Okay, one second here, guys. Let me just take a look at what I want to do. So I'm gonna do a little unfolding here right now, guys. This is about half page. Okay, here's the other half. Okay, because we got the tummy going on here. It's kind of hard for me. I can't pull this down because of the microphone. The microphone's kind of attached. Let's see if I can lift up the mic. Lift up the mic a little bit so I can get the drawing to come down. There you go. Just a little bit so we could just see a little bit of the... So you see I already drew the Spider-Man. You might notice something with the Spider-Man 2 here is that it's a little bit more angular. I'm trying to... I don't say I'm changing up my style, but getting inspired by a lot of these newer artists here. So I wanted to try add a little bit more energy into my art. So I made the Spider-Man, this Japanese Spider-Man, just a tiny bit more angular than I usually do, right? So still with the same amount of rendering, but trying that. I'm gonna stop this part halfway because I want the leeway to fix it. Okay, hold on, guys. I'm just gonna bring up my camera just a little bit. There you go. So you guys could see what I'm doing back here. Now it's always a struggle. Like I'm doing a little concepting here at the same time as I'm drawing this. I'm trying to figure out the best way to approach it. So it's like I'm kind of sketching with the ink pen because in my mind I'm trying to figure out where everything's going. So you see, I'm not exactly following the lines that are here. It's more like, okay, let me try a few things. It's a risk, but at the same time, with experience, I know even though if I mess up, I know how to fix it, or I'm confident in my skills enough to fix it. You know, that's where I'm at right now with my work. Oh, Kirk graduated really recently. Congrats, my friends. Congrats. Is there a Bulgarian Spider-Man? I'm not sure. Wouldn't be surprised. I'm not sure which Earth that would be, but there could be. Okay. So tomorrow we're gonna have to work hard, guys. Yeah, create one, Mario. If anyone could create one, it's you, my friend. So Hale says this is Galactus behind Spider-Man. No, it's not. It's it's his mech, his Japanese mech. His name's Leopardon. I believe that's his name, Leopardon. So I'm just gonna add a few little details like this underneath, something like that. Because again, guys, like all the gack, all the little things, that's coming tomorrow most likely. Because right now it's 7:40, and we're probably gonna go for another 40 minutes, guys. Then we will go from there. Then we will go from there. So, you guys are hearing me all right? You guys can hear me okay? I'm not sure, Hulkster. I'm not sure. Okay, so something like that. Then we get a lot of fun things to play with. You know, one thing I like about this is he's covering the other side. And the good thing about that is I don't have to draw this again. I get all the detail I want in this area here, and I don't have to worry about it. It's on that side. So he also has this big. Let me just try this. I'm gonna leave that open for now. Okay, but guys, tomorrow the goal is to finish this tomorrow. Okay, that will be the goal. So that will be the goal to finish this tomorrow. Okay, so just taking a look at a little details here that I could add. By the way, guys, I always say if you are drawing while I'm drawing here, I'd love to see it. I'd love to see if you're drawing along. Okay, and I always encourage that, guys. Don't just take this opportunity to watch me draw. I would love to know if you're drawing. Are you drawing as well? And if so, I'd love to see it. Okay, tag me on Instagram or Twitter. Okay, I won't try to make it hard for you guys. Tag me on Instagram or Twitter. I'd love to see what you guys put together. Okay. Now, one luxury I did have during COVID. One luxury I did have during COVID was that I was able to, when I was done the stream in COVID, I was able to finish the drawing. So I would actually during COVID time, I would draw the poster or draw the illustration for about 2 3 hours, and then flat it, right? So do a flat color. So I was able to do that all in the time of the stream, and then I would actually take about an hour and a half, 2 hours to actually finish the color, and then I would have the video with the final color released that afternoon. Now I probably don't have that luxury this time around. It's going to take me a while, so I might do something where I'll probably let it breathe for a week, and then pick one day when I would like actually edit everything at the same time. That's a little bit more doable for me. So what time we'll be back tomorrow? Same time, if not, hopefully earlier. I'm hoping earlier tomorrow. So hopefully 5 a.m. Eastern. I am an early bird. My apologies to all of those who what's called those who are not in Asia. I know that's a really obscure time, but it's the best time that works for me. I have so many things going on during the day that this really is the best time. So what I want to do here is I think I want kind of thinking what type of pose I should have. I'm thinking about putting Spider-Man like in a hand. So the hand would be here. Okay, so we have a giant hand. So it's like, I want scale. That's the biggest thing. I want to feel that scale of it. So that's why having Spider-Man in the hand, that might be cooler, I think. So you have the same shirt as me, Hulkster. Awesome. Awesome. Is there a time difference in Canada? So that's Eastern time, Eastern Standard Time, okay, or Daylight Time, whatever it is now. Eastern Time, around 5, roughly around 5 a.m. But again, hit the bell, guys. Hit the bell. That's always the easiest. Hit the bell so you know when I'm on. So with this drawing, I'm going to take that mentality, finish what I start here, okay? Meaning that my goal is to finish this tomorrow, and I'm gonna finish no matter what, okay? Even if I think I should have get more detail in, okay? I'm not spending more than tomorrow on this particular drawing here. Finish what you start. Uh, Hoaxer says, "Is it true Canadians drink maple syrup, or is that a myth?" Definitely a myth for sure. I can't drink maple syrup. It's too much sugar, man. You're gonna get the diabetes. No thanks. No diabetes for me, sir. No, sir. Jay woke up at 6:30, so I was on. Well, good morning, my friend. Good morning. Here's to the early birds. Here's to the early birds. Okay, so I kind of want to work on this arm a little bit. We should do the head shortly, but let me Okay, maybe I'll do the bottom part here. I just need to see my reference. So right now it's all about if I want to do the hand thing or not. Let me just take. I'm gonna stand up. I'm gonna stand up. My head's gonna get cut off, but I'm gonna stand up here. Oh, I'm turning into Spider-Man. I turned into Spider-Man. I'm standing up just to see if I like where it's going. Not bad. It's not bad. Like I'm wondering if it's worth putting him in the hand or if I should just finish off the leg. And part of me, because if I put him in the hand, it will definitely put more scale. It will give it more scale. By the way, finally get to look at Instagram. Hello, Peck. Is the Japanese Spider-Man? It is, my friend. It is. Hello, everyone on Instagram. Hello. Hello, everyone on Instagram. So, but having him coming for the hand, it definitely grounds him, and it makes the Spider-Man look smaller. Or it gives it the scale that Leopardon's gigantic, which is what I want. So, I might... let me grab a pencil. I need to be sure. So I'm just going to grab a pencil here or grab a pencil. See if I like it. Something like that. That's kind of weird. No, I don't think I could do it. And the reason I can't do it is because of a decision I made earlier. Okay? And the decision I made earlier... The decision I made earlier was to keep the shoulder back. If I fold this... I kept the shoulder back. So unfortunately, because I kept the shoulder back, if he's really reaching out to Spider-Man, and if you could see me here, if he's really reaching out here like this, his shoulder would be forward. His shoulder would be forward, right? I'll give you an example. Let me for those of you on YouTube, you'll see this. Okay, so I don't think I could have him in his hand now. So that's one of the things you really sometimes you need to take a step back and make that decision. Now, if I already start penciling it in or inking it in, then I'm locked. Okay, but now since I didn't, and actually I was hoping to do that because it actually makes my work less. But now it's not there. I could do the big fist like I usually do. We could do the big fist. Oh, audio cut off. Oh, sorry, I don't have the... Thank you for letting me know, Kurt. The audio cut in the other one because the audio is not in the other one. Let me see if I can add it. Hold on. Okay, you can hear me now, right? Now you can hear me. Now you can hear me. Yep. Yep. Okay, that's it for now. For those who are watching on the YouTube side. So, the Instagram people, they heard me all. They heard everything on Instagram. So, pardon me. Okay, we could just do the good old-fashioned big fist. That's behind him. And the good thing about... Now, there is a good thing about the big fist behind him instead. The good thing about the big fist... The good thing about the big fist behind him is that it still provides scale because you know he's in front of it, okay? You know he's in front of it. So just going back a little bit, just so I could see. So it still does bring a little bit of scale for sure. Like it would be nice to have something that would. Oh, I know what would be. I know. I know how to make it look huge. I know how to look huge. That's the one thing about mechs. The thing about mechs is that how do you make it feel like it's larger than life? Okay, a lot of the times it's for have a scale person. Like for example, if I were to draw this, and then I didn't have Spidey in the front, but I didn't have Spidey in the front, but just say Spidey was up here. Draw Spidey up here. Right? If I drew Spidey up there, yep, okay, now he's gigantic. Now he's huge. But Spidey's not there. He's in the front. So how do I make it better? Well, I just thought of something. We could give him, put him behind buildings. That's what we could do. Will it add to our work? Sure. So I could add a building. So just working on the perspective here. Yeah, that will work. That will work. Because I wanted something that says that this guy's gigantic. That would work. That would work. There you go. Okay, take care, Hulkster. Yeah, that's going to work. That's going to work. Okay. That's better. And then I might have like smaller buildings behind them like this. Yeah, that'll work. That'll work. I like it. Okay. Jaden says, no, I don't think so. Well, disagree with me. That's right. Or is it Spider-Man calling Thor's hammer with his right hand? Spider-Man calling. Maybe. Maybe. Okay, so that's what we'll do, okay? That just turned this into a whole lot more work to do. I might, if I have some time later today, I might come back here and maybe not do this live, but add a little bit more work to this. Maybe I'll do it live. Why not? It doesn't hurt to turn on the camera. It all depends what I'm doing. Gotta at least do the head here. At least do the head. Oops, you guys don't even see what I'm doing, do you? Okay, 1 second. It's back here like this, so we're gonna go back to the head here and get working on the head. In the meantime, what time is it, my friends? 7:55. I'm probably gonna call this a stream very soon here. So if you guys have any last minute questions you want to ask, by all means, please do ask away. Ask away, my friends. That's why I'm here. But this new era of the box office artist is finish what you start. I think that is a good omen here. A good omen. A good saying here. Okay? Finish what you start, guys. That's what I'm going to tell you to do. All right, so It's one of those things. If you guys want to work on a piece, okay? And hey, you know what? I might even put in the video, okay? I might even put in the video. Work on a piece for a week, guys. A week. And I think we mentioned this last time. Work on a piece for a week. Do as much as you can in that week on that piece. I think that's doable for everybody. I know to tell everybody to do the same thing I'm doing, do a piece a day, it might be a bit much, but I will tell you, if you do it for a week, okay, and show progress throughout that week, you know, I might even post it, my friends. I might repost it, okay? Okay, so I'm thinking I'm liking that. That's okay. Hmm. There you go. So we're gonna start our new little community here, then, if that's the case, guys. Okay. So early morning, guys, or whatever time of day it is for you. Okay. Let's go ahead and get to work on these guys, and then we'll have the regular videos for sure. So let me just pull up my. Now the thing is, I want. You know what I want? I want this mech here. I don't think anyone's done this before. I want this mech to have Spider-Man type eyes. Yeah, I want him to have Spider-Man type eyes too. You should have Spider-Man type eyes, right? No? Okay. As we come down to finishing this work, guys, for today, and thank you to everyone who's joining in. So to finishing what we start, we're not going to finish this today, but the hope is we will, hunker down and spend the next take 3-4 hours to finish this tomorrow. Okay, that's the goal. Okay. Looks marvelous. Thank you, Mario. You're marvelous, my friend. Okay, so I'm just going to finish this helmet, guys, and then we're going to call it a day. But I thank you for joining me in on the stream. I actually wanted to start a little bit earlier today, but I actually had to move my studio in my house. So I was working out of my room for a while, and then I moved back to my old studio in the basement. And I really liked it. I really liked working there, but the things happened. I had to move everything back up to my room here. But I think I found a better layout. So quite enjoying it right now. So it should be a little bit easier for me to stream. But that is the goal, my friends. That is the goal. Let's get some work done together, okay? All right. Again, not looking at the views, not looking at the analytics, not looking at anything. It's just us getting some work done together, all right? Leopardon's giving you a little bit of Unicron vibes. It's getting there. It's going to get worse. For those of you who don't know what he's talking about, if you're new to my channel, I did this Unicron, Transformers Unicron drawings. One of my most popular drawings, actually. So, it's not a bad thing. It's on brand. So, thank you, Golden Quill. I appreciate it. Thank you, my friend. By the way, what is that new app that all the artists are going to now? I forgot. I forgot that. I forgot what it was. I downloaded it. I forgot what it was called. You know, I know a lot of artists they're avoiding Instagram now because of the AI stuff, but I forgot the name of the app. You know, on Instagram, you guys watching Instagram? What's the name of that app again that everyone's going to now? Just trying to see if people know. Kara, that's it. That's it. Golden Quill. Thank you. Thank you. The Kara app. Are you on Kara? Yep. Yeah. So a lot of the artists are going there. They say it's AI free, that app. So because apparently there's like a setting now in Facebook that gives your consent, or on what's it called on Meta, saying you give your consent, something like that. I'm not 100% sure. Could be wrong. Something to those effects. So a lot of the artists they're migrating to Kara. It's phasing out of Instagram. We'll see. You know, because again, it's one of those things. If Kara flops, they'll all be back. They'll all be back. That's the thing, right? It's just like anything else, right? But again, work with the platform that works for you guys. You know. Something like that. Okay. So we're definitely on our way. We're definitely on our way after a couple hours in. You know, there's still a lot to do. A lot. Quite a bit to do here. It's going to be the challenge to finish this within 4 hours tomorrow. I won't lie to you guys. The earlier I start, the better. And to be honest, if I have the chance to get a little bit of work done today on it, I will. Got a few things I need to do today. I got a wedding I have to go do tomorrow, along with the usual church stuff I always do. So it's going to be very interesting next few days. But again, one guy I've been listening to a lot. His name's Alex Hormozy. I'm not sure if you guys have heard of him, but he's the one who came up with the Hormozy style of editing reels. You know, if you guys seen those ones with the type flashing in the beginning, he was the first guy to do that, but he stopped doing that, right? Because he realized it wasn't reaching his target audience. But I'm learning a lot about business from him, to the point where it gets me a little bit more excited about business in that sense. But one of the main things he says is, conditions are never going to be perfect. They're never going to be perfect. Okay? And if you're going to do anything worthwhile, okay, if you got a big plan, got anything worthwhile you want to do or big goals you want to accomplish, the best time to get started is now. Okay? No matter what you're going through, because it's hard. Life's hard. If you wait for a condition to be perfect, it won't be perfect forever. So if you have perfect conditions and then times get tough, you're going to stop for sure. Guaranteed you're going to stop, because you're not prepared for it. However, if you start when conditions aren't the best, like, to be honest, this is not the best time for me to start doing these lives again. It definitely isn't. But if I could figure this out, doing this live at this point, then when conditions are better, it's easier. Hello, Curly. Good to see you again, my friend. It'll be easier down the road. Okay? And that's the hope. That is the hope, and that's what we'll do. Okay? So I'm going to probably end off the stream here. Take a step back. Sometimes it is okay to step back and see, but the goal is to finish this tomorrow. Okay? That is the goal, to finish this tomorrow. I might, very, very low chance, I'll be streaming again today to get a part 2 done of this. Very, very low chance. But for sure, tomorrow morning, we're going to come back and we're going to get this thing done, guys, okay? We're going to get this thing done, okay? Good to see you all. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you to everybody on Instagram. We're going to say bye to Instagram first. Thank you for watching on Instagram. Make sure you check out all the other artwork. Please follow me on Instagram at Box Office Artist. Take care, Instagram. Take care. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye. And to everybody who's watching on YouTube, on Twitch, on Facebook, thank you guys so much for watching and spending a couple hours with me this morning. I have some things to do right now, but whatever you have planned today, or if your day is ending, hopefully you had a wonderful day. And make sure you subscribe to whatever channel you're watching this on. Please do check out the YouTube channel, though. If you're watching on Twitch and Facebook, please do check out my YouTube channel, youtube.com at Box Office Artist. And please do subscribe there. And we'll definitely have a lot of fun drawing together. Keep drawing, guys. Keep drawing. My name is James. I am the Box Office Artist. I'm here to say keep drawing. I'll see you all next time. Take care, everyone. Have a wonderful day.